درس جديد من دروس اللغة الإنجليزية عبر منصة البث المباشر لمحافظة الدقهلية. Hello everybody, let's start our session for today. Today we will have Unit 9, Lesson 3 first. The wolf who cried, the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf. Let's start. You are going to listen to a story, match the words to the pictures, then say what you think the story is about. هنسمع كده القصة ونبتدي بعد ما نسمع القصة نعمل ماتشنج، توصيل للصور بالكلمات أو الخاصة بيها. نبتدي نسمع الستوري. Once upon a time, once there was a boy called Peter who lived in a village. He worked alone as a shepherd, looking after sheep. Every day he took the sheep up the hill and rested while the sheep ate the delicious grass. يبقى في يوم من الأيام كان في ولد اسمه بيتر، كان عايش في قرية، كان بيعمل لوحده كراعي، بيعتني بالخرفان أو الخرفان بتاعته after sheep. Every day كل يوم he took the sheep، بياخد الخرفان up the hill على التل كده and rested while the sheep ate، ويستريح كده والخرفان ate the delicious grass، بياكلوا العشب اللذيذ. One day Peter was lying on the grass watching his sheep. He felt lonely and bored and decided to have some fun. First he shouted, "Wolf! There's a wolf!" to the villager in the field below. يبقى في يوم من الأيام كده كان قاعد على العشب بتاعه بيتفرج على الخرفان. he felt lonely، حس انه لوحده وحس بالملل، قرر ان هو يعمل حاجة have fun، يعني يعمل حاجة فيها متعة ليه. First he shouted، بدأ ينادي كده او يصرخ، ديب، في ديب، عشان الناس اللي في القرية ييجوا وينقذوه. Let's move to another part. Next he laid down and waited. بعد كده فضل كده مستني الناس هتتفاعل معاه ولا لا. The villagers were busy working but they were worried about Peter's sheep, so they put down their tools and ran to save them. رغم ان هم كانوا مشغولين راحوا بسرعة جريوا ناحيته عشان بالأدوات بتاعتهم عشان ينقذوه. They reached the top of the hill hot and tired. وصلوا ناحيته كده وكانوا تعبانين وحرانين. They saw Peter. He was lying under a tree. He was laughing. شافوا بيتر كده وقاعد يضحك ومش في دماغه، طبعا ضحك عليهم. There is no wolf. It was a joke. اللي هو ما كانش فيه ديب ولا حاجة، ده أنا كنت بضحك عليكم، كانت نكتة أو كانت حاجة مزحة بالنسبة له. The villagers were very angry. زعلوا منه جدا وقالوا له Peter, you must tell the truth. You must tell the truth. لازم تقول الحقيقة، ما تكذبش علينا بعد كده. After that they left Peter and went back to work. سابوه ورجعوا تاني لشغلهم. Then Peter did the same thing again later that week. عمل نفس الحكاية، نفس الموضوع في خلال الأسبوع، برضو عمل نفس الموقف. The villagers were very angry. وجم تاني وكانوا زعلانين وغضبانين جدا منه. Peter, you mustn't waste our time. We are very busy. ما تضيعش وقتنا، احنا مشغولين. Finally, on the last day of the week, Peter was with his sheep at the top of the hill. في آخر يوم في الأسبوع كان برضو بيتر في نفس المكان مع الخرفان بتاعته. Suddenly a real wolf appeared. فجأة ظهر ديب بجد، ديب حقيقي. Peter was very scared. كان خايف جدا and climbed the tree. طلع على الشجرة. He called and called for someone to help. قعد ينادي على حد يساعده. But no one arrived. محدش وصل خالص. The wolf killed and ate the sheep. قتل كل الخرفان الديب وكلهم. Peter understood. وكده هنا بيتر فهم why no one came and he was very sorry. طبعا عرف ليه محدش جه، وكان طبعا يشعر ان هو بالأسى والأسف ان هو بسبب اللي عمله محدش طبعا جاله، لان الناس افتكروا انه بيضحك عليهم. Okay, so we have here, we're going we listen to the story, we will match. We have here sheep. We can say sheep, it will be letter, we can say letter B. Shepherd, we can say letter D. Number 3, village, we can say where's village? It's letter villager, it's letter C. Number 4, we have here wolf, letter A. What do you then we can hear then what do you think the story is about? We can say here are the answers. We have here, I think the story is about a boy and animals in a village. Okay, so here are the answers. Let's move to another part. We have here, we listen to the story, we will check where you correct about the story. We can say about the story, Peter should tell the villager his problem. The villager should ask Peter why he didn't tell the truth and try to help him. We have here alternative ending. وعندنا نهاية بديلة. We can say Peter tells the villager that he is lonely and the villager can take turn to have lunch up at the hill with Peter every day. Okay, let's move to another part. We have here, we listen to the story, we will choose the correct answers. هنعرض طبعا هنقول الإجابات وبعد كده هنعرض الشريحة اللي فيها الإجابات نبتدي نكتبها. Who is the main character? Who is the main character? مين الشخصية الرئيسية طبعا في الستوري؟ We can say a boy, a woman, or a cat. It's letter A boy. Number two, why did the main character annoy the villagers? ليه main character أزعج الvillager? We can say the answer, the correct answer, because he was bored. Letter B. Number 3, what did the wolf eat at the end? Yes, it will be letter B, the sheep. Number 4, the last one, what is the moral of the story? القيمة الأخلاقية اللي في القصة. We can say it will be yes, it will be we have here, it's better to work on your own. It's fun to tell stories. If you tell untrue stories many times, no one will believe you. It will be letter C. Yes, if you tell untrue stories, لو قلت قصص غير حقيقية أوقات كتير محدش هيصدقك. No one will believe you. Let's move to the answers. Here are number 1, letter A, number B, number 2, letter B, number 3, letter B, number 4, letter C. Okay, let's move to another part. We have language focus. We use sequencing adverbs to say when things happen. They help us to understand the order of events. This makes the text is easier to follow. لما يبقى عندنا مجموعة من الأحداث عايزين نعمل لها تسلسل، بنستخدم الأحوال الخاصة بالتسلسل أو تسلسل أحداث. لما نيجي نتكلم عن ستوري أو أي نص بنبدأ بكلمة first الحدث الأولاني، بعد كده بنكمل next ثم الحدث الثاني ثم then ثم after that، وآخر حدث بنكتب كلمة finally. احنا بنستخدم first, next, then, after that, finally. هنستخدمهم في تسلسل it's easier to follow. سهل جدا ان احنا نعمل تنظيم للأحداث بتاعتنا من خلال هذه الكلمات first, next, then, after that, finally. Okay, let's move to another part. Listen to the story again. How many adverbs of sequencing can you hear? طبعا احنا قلنا الستوري، يا ترى كم عدد الادverbs of sequencing اللي زي اللي شفناها من شوية عددهم؟ We can say there are 5 adverbs of sequencing in the story. Okay, let's move to another part. We have here number the story in correct order, then complete with adverb of sequencing from the box. هنرتب كده الستوري بتاعتنا ونبتدي نشوف نضيف sequencing words. Okay, we have here the first one. We have letter D. Peter was lonely and bored. He wanted some fun. He had an idea. Let's move to number 2. Will be letter A. هنكتب كلمة first. يبقى هنكتب كلمة first والletter A هتبقى number 2. First, he shouted wolf, and the villager came to help and saved the sheep. Number 3 will be letter C. ممكن نحط كلمة then أو نحط كلمة next. يبقى then أو next وبعدين he said there was no wolf and it was a joke. Okay. Number 4 will be letter E. We can put next or then. Then Peter did it again. Number 5 will be letter F. هنحط برضو after that. We can put هنكتب after that. The villager were very angry and said he shouldn't waste their time. And the last one will be letter B. And we will put finally a real wolf came. It ate the sheep. Peter was very sorry. Let's move through the answers. Number 1, letter D. Number 2, letter A, and then we will write first. Number 3 will be letter C. We will write then or next. Number 4 will be letter E, and we will write then or next. Number 5 will be letter F, and we will write after that. And the last one, number 6 will be letter B, and we will write finally. Okay, let's move to another part. We will tell a partner how to write a story using sequencing adverbs using the notes to help you. يبقى احنا هنكتب مع صديقنا كده هنكتب how to write ازاي نكتب story باستخدام sequencing adverbs اللي قلناها من شوية. use the notes هنستخدم الملاحظات اللي تحت to help you. يعني مثلا عندنا مثال first plan your story and decide what it will be about. يبقى أول حاجة نختار كده القصة هتبقى عن إيه. write a first draft هنكتب زي مسودة كده of the story الأحداث اللي عايزين نتكلم عنها. check and correct your spelling زي ما تعودنا and grammar لازم طبعا spelling والgrammar يبقى صح. share it with your friends and enjoy ونبتدي نشاركها مع أصحابنا. Let's move to another part. We will move to pronunciation. Look and listen. Then listen again and repeat. Let's look and listen. Number 1, water. 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 Number 2, whale. 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 Number 3, wolf. 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 Number 4, whisper. 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 So, water, whale, wolf, whisper. Okay, let's move to another part. We will complete the words with W or WH. Listen and check. Listen, check, and repeat. We will have number 1. It will be when. 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 So we will put WH. Number 2, walk. 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 We will put W. Number 3, what. 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 So we will put WH. Number 4, wave. 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 We will put W. Number 5, where. 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 So we will put WH. Now the last one, it will be west. 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 We will put W. Let's move to the answers. When, walk, what, wave, where, west. Let's move to another part. We will listen, read, and repeat the sentences. هنبتدي نسمع، نقرأ، ونكرر الجمل. Number one, number one, a white whale went west. A white whale went west. A white whale went west. Number two, a wolf whispered, what, when? A wolf whispered, what, when? A wolf whispered, what, when? Okay, let's move to another part. We will work in pairs. Write your own sentences like the ones in exercise 3 using some of the words above. Read aloud. هنبتدي نكتب بعض الجمل من like the one زي الجمل طبعا اللي قريناها من شوية عن الصورة دي. Let's move to another part. Look, read, and listen. Then underline the stressed syllable in the words in bold. هنسمع هنعمل underline، نحط خط تحت ال stressed syllable المقطع اللي باين اكتر اللي هنا في الكلمات اللي معمولة بالاسود او الكلمات التقيلة المعمولة بالاسود التقيل قدامنا في الجمل. Number one, let's resend the message. Let's resend the message. Number two, why do you dislike serving? Why do you dislike serving? Why do you dislike serving? Number three, I like playing indoors. I like playing indoors. He was unhappy. He was unhappy. So let's read it one more time. Number one, let's resend the message. Let's resend the message. Number two, why do you like serving? Why do you dislike serving? Why do you dislike serving? Number three, I like playing indoors. I like playing indoors. Number four, he was unhappy. He was unhappy. So the stressed words are resend, dislike, indoors, unhappy. Let's move to another part. We will circle the correct words to complete the rules. هنعمل دايرة حول طبعا الكلمات الصحيحة عشان نكمل القاعدة بتاعتنا. When a word has a prefix, the prefix لو في كلمة فيها prefix, the prefix is or isn't stressed, we can say is stressed. Is stressed. Number two, if the base word has one syllable, the stressed, it will be yes, the stressed isn't on the base word. Okay, let's move to another part. Here are the answers. Number one is, number two isn't. Here we will complete the sentences with the words in the box using them, say them using the correct stress, then listen and check. Number one, 1 plus 1 equals 3. The answer is, yes, incorrect. Incorrect. So number one, incorrect. Number two, why do you disagree with him? Why do you disagree with him? Number three, the room is untidy. The room is untidy. Number four, please replay the video. Replay the video. Okay. Here are the answers. Number one, incorrect. Number two, disagree. Number three, untidy. Number four, replay. Let's move to another lesson. We will have Unit 9, Lesson 4, writing the ending of a story. Okay. We will read this ending of the story on page 38. What does Tom decide to do? طبعا دي الليتر اللي احنا كنا قلناه قبل كده، ده تكملة ليه. Many years passed and Tom grew up. He and his grandparents forgot about the message in a bottle. Then one day, Tom was working when Granddad sent him a message. يبقى عدت سنين كتير، توم كبر، هو وأجداده هنا grandparents نسوا موضوع الرسالة ده خالص اللي كانوا حطوها في الإزازة. Then one day Tom was working when Granddad sent him a message. وجرانداد بعت له رسالة بيقول له Tom, you won't believe it. مش هتصدق. We have a reply to our message in a bottle. يبقى عندنا رد على الرسالة اللي كنا بعتناها في الإزازة. That weekend Tom went to his grandparents' house. A woman in France found the message, said, look, here is her reply. فست فرنسا كده ولقت الرسالة. said Granddad, look, here is her reply. هنا الرد بتاعها from Rose to Tom. فهي بتقول له, hello Tom, my name is Rose and I live in Biarritz. طبعا France، في بلد في فرنسا. I live on the coast أنا عايشة على الساحل and I love sailing my boat. بحب sailing my boat إن أنا بحر بالمركب بتاعتي. Last weekend I was sailing when I saw something in the water, your message in a bottle. This means it traveled over 6,000 kilometers. يبقى أنا لقيت الرسالة بتاعتك، ده معناه إن الرسالة طبعا وصلت فرنسا، يعني سافرت حوالي 6,000 كيلو متر. I enjoyed reading about your favorite things. استمتعت إن أنا أقرأ عن your favorite things، الحاجات اللي بتحبها أو بتفضلها. My favorite things are my boat, mangoes and green color. يبقى أنا الحاجات اللي بحبها هي دي، اللي هو القارب بتاعي المانجا واللون الأخضر color green الأخضر. You are very welcome to come and visit me in France one day. أهلا بيك ومرحبا بيك إن أنت تيجي تزورني في فرنسا في يوم من الأيام. with best wishes مع خالص أمنياتي Rose. Okay. Tom was very excited. كان عنده حماسة جديدة. Wow, our message traveled a really long way. ده رسالتنا سافرت مسافة كبيرة قوي. Later that evening Tom was writing something when Granddad came into the room. بعد كده كان توم بيكتب حاجة لما Granddad came into the room، دخل الأوضة. What are you doing Tom? أنت بتعمل إيه يا توم؟ I'm writing to Rose. هيكتب الرد. Why? Are you going to visit her? هتزورها؟ You and I are both going to visit her. إحنا الاتنين هنزورها. That's a great idea. ده فكرة حلوة جدا. Loved Granddad. But it's a long way. ده طريق أو مسافة كبيرة قوي. So let's go by plane. يلا نروح بالطيارة. Okay, so what does Tom decide to do يا ترى؟ قرر يعمل إيه؟ Yes, to visit Rose with Granddad. Let's move to another part. Read again. We will answer the questions. هنقول الأسئلة ونقول الإجابات وبعد كده هنعرض الشريحة اللي فيها الإجابات. Number 1. What was Hugo doing when he found Tom's message? كان بيعمل إيه when he found Tom's message? Yes, sailing. Number 2. How far had the message in the bottle traveled? المسافة اللي سافرتها الرسالة. Yes, over 6,000 kilometers. Number 3. How did Tom feel when he read Hugo's reply? We can say he felt, yes, excited. Number 4. What did Granddad think of Tom's ideas? Yes, that's a great idea. Let's move to the answers. Here are the answers. Number 1, sailing. Number 2, over 6,000 kilometers. Number 3, excited. Number 4, it's a great idea. Okay, let's move to another part. We have here tip. A good ending tell you what happens to the characters and how they feel at the end of the story. يبقى النهاية الكويسة بتقول لنا what happens اللي حصل to the characters للشخصيات and how they feel at the end of the story. وازاي وهم حسوا بإيه في نهاية القصة. Let's move to another part. Work in pairs. Imagine a different person reply to Tom's message and make a note. هنتخيل كده شخص تاني رد على رسالة توم ونبتدي نقول who replies to the message. هنبتدي نقول مين هو الشخص. What are their favorite things. الحاجات اللي بيفضلها. Where are they. هم فين. How does Tom feel. توم حس بإيه. How did they find the message. لقوا رسالة إزاي. What do Tom and Granddad do next. وعملوا إيه بعد كده. Okay, we will try to do this. Another part we will have write another ending to the story. هنبتدي طبعا نكتب نهاية أخرى للقصة في النقط اللي عندنا. نتخيل كل واحد يتخيل ويبتدي يكتب. طبعا from نكتب اسمنا my name is ونبتدي نكتب I live in المكان اللي عايشين فيه. Last week I was when I enjoyed reading about Tom felt ايه يا ترى and then his granddad decided to. هنبتدي نعمل طبعا تخيل اللي احنا نقدر نكتبه او ايه اللي احنا نقدر نعمله من خلال الستوري اللي شفناها. نعمل حاجة مختلفة عن الموجود. We will have here tell the other bear one thing you like. حاجة هتقول طبعا حاجة حبيتها عن الستوري ending نهاية القصة and one thing they couldn't make better. They could make better وحاجة يقدروا يحسنوها. Okay, let's move to the last part in lesson 4. Work with another bear. Take turn to share your different story ending. هنبتدي نشارك مع بعض عن نهاية مختلفة للستوري. Let's move to lesson 5. We will have project. Okay, let's speak about the project and the parts. We will work in groups on groups of 3. مجموعات من 3. Think and plan. You are going to write a short story. Choose one of the photos and use it to think about the story. يبقى نستخدم صورة من الصور اللي قدامنا ونفكر في قصة. نبتدي نكتب بقى العناصر بتاعتها زي ما تعودنا. The characters الشخصيات. The setting المكان والوقت. Narrator اللي هيحكي القصة. the first main event الحدث الرئيسي. the moral القيمة الأخلاقية. the ending ونهاية القصة. هنبتدي نعمل ده. طبعا هنبص جزء تاني. we have here read and do. make sure each person in your group has a piece of paper. أكد إن كل واحد في الجروب معاه ورقة. write the beginning of the story. هنكتب بداية القصة. at the top of the piece of the paper. نكتب بداية القصة في أول الورقة. then pass it to the student on the left. نبتدي نمررها على التلميذ اللي على الشمال من تقسيم الجروب. write the main parts of the story under the beginning. هنكتب بقى الأجزاء الرئيسية في القصة بعد المقدمة. then pass the paper. نبتدي نمرر الورقة. write the ending of the story. then pass the paper. نبدأ نكتب نهاية القصة ونمرر الورقة دي. take turns to read out the completed stories. which do you like most. هنبتدي بقى نقرأ القصص بعد ما تنتهي ونبتدي ايه اللي حبيناه أكتر وليه. okay, let's move to another part. we have here share your stories with the class. بعد ما نخلص طبعا الستوري اللي كتبناها draw illustrations. نكتب بعض التوضيحات for your stories للقصص. display the stories on the class wall. هنعرضها على الحيطة بتاعت الفصل. vote for the best stories. نعمل طبعا voting يعني تصويت نشوف مين أحسن ستوري موجودة. let's move to another part. we will complete the sentences with words from the box. هنكمل الجمل بكلمات من الصندوق اللي فوق. عندنا character, ending, moral, narrator, setting. Let's move to the first one. The of the story is kindness and kindness is everything. دي طبعا الكلمة الأصح هنا نقول the moral of the story is kindness is everything. Number 2, The main was a bit boring. I didn't like it. The main character. So number 2 will be character. The main character was a bit boring. I didn't like him. Number three, the is a person who tells you a story. Yes, it will be the narrator. Number 3, the narrator. Number 4, in the, we find out why the man was sad. In the, we can say, first one was moral, the second one character, the third one narrator. Number 4, it will be we find out why the man was sad, and in the ending we find out the man was sad. Number 5, the in London is 1965. It will be the sitting. Okay, let's move to the answers. Moral, character, narrator. Number 4 will be the ending or saying. Number 5, it will be sitting. Let's move to another part. Choose the correct words to complete the recipe سلطة زبادي. هنتكلم كده نشوف وصفة أو نختار من الحاجات اللي عندنا إيه الكلمة اللي نبدأ بيها أو إيه الكلمة اللي هتبقى في الجملة في بداية الجملة. Number 1, it will be first or then? Yes, it will be first. First, take a cucumber and cut it into pieces. يبقى ناخد الخيار ونقطعه قطع. Then, number 2, next, mix the yogurt and mint in a bowl. يبقى هنخلط الزبادي والنعناع في سلطانية. Number 3, yes. After that, add some garlic and salt if you like. حط توم أو ملح لو تحب. The last one, it will be finally. Take it to the table for everyone to enjoy. هناخدها على الترابيزة لكل واحد عشان يستمتع بيها بسلطة الزبادي. Okay, let's move to another part. Here are the answers. Number 1, first. Number 2, next. Number 3, after that. Number 4, finally. Okay. Let's move to another part. In your notebook, write sentences using the words that the past continuous then and the past simple. هنطبق القاعدة بتاعتنا. هنعمل جمل. طبعا فاكرين قاعدة when اللي هنبدأ لو هي في نص الجملة هيبقى قبلها الماضي المستمر وبعدها الماضي البسيط. يبقى قبلها الماضي المستمر لو نفتكر اللي هو was were verb ing، والماضي البسيط اللي هو دايما التصريف الثاني للفعل. نحط الفعل في الباست حسب الماضي بتاعه يا ترى هو regular أو irregular ونشوف الفعل. Number 1, yes, it will be. Look at the sentences. Yes, let's move to the answers. Number 1 will be, he was playing the piano when his mom arrived home. He was playing the piano when his mom arrived home. Number 2, we were traveling to the city when grandma called us. We were traveling to the city when grandma called us. Number 3, they were listening to music when the man shouted. They were listening to music when the man shouted. Number 4, you were studying for your exam when the car stopped outside. You were studying for your exam when the car stopped outside. Let's move to another part. Here, complete sentences with your own idea. هنكمل بقى بأفكار من عندنا. I was going home from school when. نبتدي نكمل كده الجمل أو الجزء الثاني بالpast simple. Number 2, we were playing in the park when. We were playing in the park when. Okay. Let's move to the last part. آخر جزء عندنا النهاردة في اليونت وعندنا في الدرس بتاع النهاردة. Think about Unit 9. Write in your notebook. write two things you enjoyed and two things you learned. هنكتب زي ما تعودنا في كل يونت بناخده، هنكتب حاجتين استمتعنا بيهم وحاجتين اتعلمناهم. Okay. Finally, I'd like to thank you all. See you next session. أشوفكم بقى الحصة القادمة إن شاء الله.